Hey guys, my name is KJOS and this right here is the Nokia 5.4. Now over the last couple of days, I have been trying to find a different way to review this phone because here on my channel, I sort of do high-end devices like your iPhones and your Pixels, but Nokia decided to send this to me for a review and I'm trying to do this very differently. So let's assume that I have $250 or 82,000 Naira here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm looking for a phone that isn't expensive but can give me tremendous value at the same time. I'm going to be looking at a phone that has a decent display, a decent build quality, decent camera, great battery life, software experience that is pretty good, and I can play games with it with little or no lag. Unfortunately for me and you guys, the Nokia 5.4 does all that, but, and there's always a but, it has a few drawbacks. So let me explain. Now, right before we get into this video, if you're new here, my name is KJOS and this is where I review tech for you guys to make informed decisions. And if you would love to help a creator out like myself, please hit that subscribe button down below and don't forget to like this video as this helps me go a long way on my way to 3,000 subs. Right off the bat, the Nokia 5.4 is pretty tall. It's a 6.3-inch display with an 81% screen to body ratio. And if you know me, you already know how much I don't like tall displays. It's hard to reach all four corners without it slipping or dropping, and the back of the phone is plastic, which attracts a lot of smudges and fingerprints. Now luckily, the good people at Nokia included a clear plastic case in the box, as well as an already imputed screen protector. Now if you don't want that, you're going to have to clean it on a regular basis. Now it has two color options. Mine is called Polar Night Blue, and the second option is called Dusk. And I would say they really did well with these colors as it's very attractive and the first thing you notice when you remove it from the box. The camera bump is circular with its flash very far from its sensors. I'm not really a fan of the shape of the camera bump. I prefer something vertical, but then again, most smartphone companies want to stand out, so they create different camera bumps designs to see which one sticks. Below that is the innate fingerprint scanner. It's in the right position and can be reached with no problems at all. It's not the fastest out there. It takes about a second to unlock, or sometimes it does not recognize my finger at all, so I have to lock and unlock my phone to use it all over again. Using this is a lot better than using the face unlock, as that takes about 2 to 4 seconds for it to even recognize your face, or sometimes it doesn't even recognize it at all. So you're better off just sticking with the fingerprint scanner. The face unlock on the Nokia 5.4 is pretty abysmal, and I understand that some companies try to pack in as many features on a phone at this price point, but at the same time, I am of the opinion that if it doesn't enhance the user's experience, it should be cut out entirely. On the right side, it takes the better design choice of putting the volume buttons and the home buttons on one side of the phone, and on the left side, there's a dedicated button for the Google Assistant. Now, I am probably the only YouTuber out there that really likes this. Like all my friends that have reviewed the Nokia 5.4 always say they do not like it and they turn it off, but for me, it's just like the closest thing to the squeeze feature on the Google Pixel 3 and the Pixel 4. I may be reaching, but it's easier for me to just click a button as opposed to saying, hey Google, or swiping the corner of my phone to prompt up the Google Assistant. I really love the side button on the left side, and I'm going to be keeping it as I use this phone further. Using the loudspeaker to listen to music can be distracting and very unsatisfying. It's pretty loud, don't get me wrong, it has the volume, but the bass and clarity is absent on the Nokia 5.4. And with one finger on the speaker, you can block out 95% of the music you're listening to. Now, if that does not work for you, the trusty headphone jack is available, and it also comes with earphones in the box, so you can switch to your earphones to listen to better sound quality. Now, if you decide to use Bluetooth earphones, you might run into a few gaps with its connectivity as music keeps going in and out of my headphones or earphones, but I'm sure that it can be fixed with software updates if they ever come out. Charging wise, it comes with a 10-watt charger and USB-C, and it also takes almost 3 hours to charge your phone to 100%. Even using my Pixel 5 or the iPad Air charging brick, it gave me the same results, so it's pretty slow. The display on the Nokia 5.4 is pretty lackluster. For $250, you're getting an LCD IPS panel, not Full HD, and with the display panel, you miss out on a few things when consuming content on YouTube and Netflix. The colors aren't exactly accurate and they don't exactly pop. For that price, you shouldn't really be expecting anything more than you can get. Other than that drawback, it's very functional and does the job no more, no less. Now indoors, this baby is very bright, but outdoors you will find it very difficult to navigate your phone as this goes only as high as 400 nits, which isn't exactly impressive when compared to its competition at that price point of $250. So trust me when I say your brightness should always be on 100% to have a good experience. It also went with the traditional hole punch cutout on the left side of the phone like most smartphones nowadays, ditching the teardrop notch from the 5.3, which looks a lot better. As I said earlier, the screen to body ratio is 81.9%, which is pretty impressive, but that chain at the bottom is so big it also houses the Nokia name. Maybe with the next variation of the Nokia 5.4, which will be the 5.5, they're just going to stick the name at the back and call it a day. I don't really believe a phone's name should be at the front and at the back, especially if you're going for a very clean look. Even though it's a tall display and reaching the notification bar can be a hindrance, you can easily use the fingerprint scanner to drop down the menu or slide down on any part of the display to show the notification bar. With the performance of the Nokia 5.4, you're going to be getting a Snapdragon 662 chipset, which is a downgrade from the Nokia 5.3 that had the Snapdragon 665. Now, honestly, the performance here isn't so bad. It's decent, to be fair. It's pretty okay. I think I'm going to rate it like a 6 over 10 overall because it didn't give me anything remarkable, and at the same time, it wasn't necessarily bad. I mean, I do get occasional lags and stutters here and there, and sometimes the entire phone freezes, so I have to restart the phone all over again for it to work. I mean, for its price tag, it's understandable and it can get a pass for its mediocre performance. Gaming wise, it holds up pretty well when playing demanding games like Call of Duty and Injustice 2, and that is thanks to the Adreno 610 GPU. Playing Call of Duty was not bad, but I noticed a few lags when trying to reload my weapon or fighting multiple people at the same time. It also lacks a gaming mode, so you will get notifications very frequently unless you turn on Do Not Disturb feature. With gaming, the phone became hot, but nothing too alarming. On paper, the Nokia 5.4 is a 2-day battery, but in reality and with my testing, it was about 1 day and a half. And to be fair, most people are going to get 2 days depending on their usage. This thing is a 4000 mAh battery, and between me and you, I really don't see myself not charging my phone after a day out with it. I did successfully kill it once since I started testing it, and that's due to the fact that I turned on my hotspot as well as playing games, and my brightness was 100% all the time, amongst other things. I get an average of 6 or 7 hours of screen on time, and I'm pretty sure a casual user will get more out of this than I did. So one of the focal points of the Nokia 5.4, and yes, that is a pun, is the quad camera setup at the back. The primary sensor is a 48 megapixel camera, which is a significant upgrade from the older model, the Nokia 5.3, which had a 30 megapixel camera. The primary sensor takes decent pictures, but needs a significant amount of light to get semi-accurate colors. In low light, it struggles a lot and takes grainy images with not much detail. Now, outdoor settings is where the Nokia 5.4 shines the most. The ultra-wide retains its place as a fun addition, but not my everyday choice. Now, like most phones I've reviewed, I would say it's a nice to have. Night mode of the Nokia 5.4 is okay. It's not as impressive as I thought it would be, and I noticed that my images became warm as opposed to the cool tone normal images would give me. Video, on the other hand, is slightly better. The Nokia 5.4 shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 30 frames per second. Now, the cinema mode is pretty good. It changes your aspect ratio to 21:9 and shoots at 24 frames per second and gives you more creative freedom as well as pro features that normal video mode will not give you. Overall, I give the camera on the Nokia 5.4 a C-. It's not really great, but at the same time, when you consider the price of $250 or 82,000 naira here in Nigeria, it gets the job done without any hiccups or any problems. Okay, a few other things. This right here is the closest thing to stock Android that I have used on a mid-range smartphone in a very long time. Personally, I have always said that stock Android is the best version of Android that is out there, and with the Android One on the Nokia 5.4, this is the closest you can get. HMD and Nokia says the 5.4 will be guaranteed updates for the next 2 years, but currently it's on Android 10 and the January security updates. And there is no word for when the Android 11 is going to come, so we just have to keep waiting. But also, HMD says it's going to get Android 12 in the future. The Nokia 5.4 is a decent phone to have, and I think decent is where this thing lies in its category. It has a decent build quality and display, a decent camera, decent operating system with its experience, and the only thing that is not decent about this is its battery life, which is great by the way. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for a phone that will not fail you, the Nokia 5.4 is what you should get. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think the Nokia 5.4 is worth the money, or are you guys using something that is in the same price point as the Nokia 5.4? Comment below and let me know. And as always guys, if you like this video, clicking that like button is the best way to help me out. And if you haven't subscribed, now is the best time too, as I have a lot of content coming up in the nearest future. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJOS, and I will catch you in the next one where we talk all things tech.